Hey guys, it's me, Mags the Joker from Kingdoms 1576. Yeah, I definitely remembered that one. And we are going to be here with some updates. We're going to be reading the patch notes, and then we're also going to be going through some of the events, and then we're going to cover a commonly asked question, which is should free-to-play players upgrade troops? If you want to skip past the update and you want to skip past the events, I'm going to include a timestamp right here, and you can just skip ahead. Okay, so update 1.0.34. So we're going to be looking at the Curak event again. Oh, it's a single-player dungeon. Okay, cool. So it's looking like Ian's Ballad, but less shitty, because you don't have to team up with other players. I'm hoping that it's not too pay-to-win centric. This is kind of giving me Armsmaster Lohar vibes, which for a free-to-play player, you might as well not even play. Alliance event calendar. Cool. Pretty good. More quality of life shit. Sorely Crisis improvements. This might be meh. With this coming out, like, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against adding team skills to Sorely Crisis, but if they're doing this because they're going to make Sorely Crisis harder, I think this is a very, very poor idea. I think we just leave Sorely Crisis where it is. People are just starting to get used to it. Maybe like a month in the future, we can try and make Sorely Crisis harder and more skill-based, but for now, I mean, it needs to be where it's at, because it's already hard enough, especially if you're just queuing up with random people to try and complete it, especially for low-power free-to-play players. Ian's Ballads, because the way they type these out, as improvements, right? So Ian's Ballad, they made it easier for at least in nightmare mode, to where it's not giving the debuff every time, so you can just, and I think that's great, and I'm just hoping, if they give us team skills, right? I think team skills are great. I think that what shouldn't happen with the team skills is that they make Ian's Ballad harder. I think that we need to have more time to have the player base acclimate to what Ian's Ballad and Sorely Crisis are in the skill on it. I added 10 more skills to Armsmaster Lohar, making him a more challenging opponent. Wow. Armsmaster Lohar. Wow, this was, what an easy event for free-to-play players. Okay, yeah, so this event was already incredibly free-to-play unfriendly. It wasn't going to happen before, and if he's a challenging opponent now, it's not going to happen now either. So it is what it is. I don't know, like, why they typed this in, Lost Kingdom and Past Glory improvements. Based on your feedback about the Lost Kingdom, we're going to remove the Ethelflaed sculptures from Lost Glory, or from being reclaimed. I think that in the future they're probably going to have something to do with Ethelflaed, and that's what I hope they're doing here. I'm hoping they're trying to make it so that you're not wasting her sculptures when something new comes out for Ethelflaed, because I'm still buying Ethelflaed sculptures daily, right? Ideally, I was gonna turn them in for the Past Glory event, but now that I can't do that, I think that they're probably going to have an upgrade for her, because this seems like an incredibly tone-deaf response to any feedback about the Lost Kingdom. Like, this is silly. Immigration changes. Okay, I mean, not really crazy to us. Okay, increased honor points from runes. Cool. That's great. Awesome. Okay, so these are just like strictly buffs. I think that Stalker kill count is... I never had a problem reaching it, but I know I had a few Alliance members that were just absolutely struggling to just get Stalkers down, and I guess if you're in like not a huge kingdom that's getting altars or runes, that it's a struggle for you, or if you guys have to rotate it around. I think it's... I don't think this was needed, but I think it's cool. Barbarian Keeps. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really do these. I think I probably should, though. Nice. They buffed Pendant, and they nerfed the shit out of Delanes. Tragic. I think the Pendant of the Eternal Night did need to get buffed, because it was just like so subpar compared to everything else. But this is tragic. I think that nerfing them is overall a good thing. I mean, it's sad for the people who are mad grinding Delane's Amulet, but at the same time, it kind of needed to happen. Okay, other changes. Optimize special effects. Okay, so it is basically it. They're basically giving us like random shit after this. Immigration power cap for immigrants. Oh shit, this is actually really good. Sorry, I was about to skip through all of this. Aluji remodel's fine. Tar Peace Shield's good. Immigration cap is great. I've never seen Mayan Mystery. I think that's new. And everybody was shitting on Mayan Mystery, because they're like, why is this not a fucking legendary? Why are they giving us this bullshit? And I don't know what concoctions or elixirs are. This might be the Sorely Crisis thing. And if this is for Sorely Crisis, this is retarded. I don't know who's buying this. You can just use Kiara. Okay, Kiara's actually really good for Sorely. She's a huge debuff on it. It's fine. I've heard that even on Hell mode, they're melting bosses with Kiara. Not the worst update in the world. Arms training's kind of meh. I'm seeing that the immigration boost is pretty fucking good. Equipment changes is probably honestly, getting equipment nerfed is probably an overall good thing for us. I think Ethelflaed sculptures no longer being reclaimed is either a really good thing or a really bad thing, depending on what we're looking at in the future. So, I mean, that's my thoughts on the update. We're going to go over the events real quick. Okay, so our first event here is going to be the Wheel of Fortune. If you're doing the Wheel of Fortune, it's not to just spin out the entirety of the commander. You know, it's good for unlocks and basically only unlocks. If you're a free-to-play player, of course, all of my advice is with the context that you're a free-to-play player. Mightiest Governor, depending on where you're at, if you're at the Constantine MGEs and you're looking to get like some of these free-to-play friendly commanders, you know, I mean, compete a little bit. I would say that if you're looking at JC, El Cid, Martel, it is just not the place for you. And I stand by the fact that you probably should not be competing in MGE at that point. Soroli Crisis it's an okay event. It's a little hard. You know, you're usually having to do it with your whales in order to pass it. I personally do that just for hard mode. So, I mean, it's not the most free-to-play friendly, but the fact that you can have friends do it with you helps. With the new boss coming out, it's just giving you more coins. You know, I personally bought the Harvester set. I got my Kiara to 5111. Then I buy teleports, and then I'm probably going to put the rest into speeds. Osiris Invitational, I mean, the rewards are going to be cool, I guess. Lucky Dice, I mean, like, maybe for the first reward, if you're seeing something really fucking tantalizing, you can think about it, but it's generally not even worth going for. I don't want to gamble on something that might be value. You know, I mean, this specifically is fucking horrendous, but there's some better Lucky Dice rewards out there. I don't think it's worth it for a free-to-play player. Ian's Ballads, it's a cool event. I think it's worth doing. It's not like altogether incredible. I think it's fun, really. It's like a fun little mini game. It does not give you the craziest rewards on the planet, but it's fun to do as long as you're doing it with friends, of course. Don't random this. Please do it with your friends. And then we got the regular events. Victorious Siege obviously should be done, and Forge Siege should, no-brainer. And just do these events. It's really easy. And last but not least, the next Crusade is here. So for those of you that watch the stream, if you guys haven't watched it before, it's in the description below at twitch.tv/12inchpvpenis. The next Crusade, as I told everybody, Marauders is the first stage of pre-KVK, and I have been planning a 24-hour stream as soon as it goes up. So when this finishes ticking and Marauders comes up, I will be doing a 24-hour stream, so don't miss it. It's going to be 2 days and 6 hours from May the 27th of 17 UTC. This is the event timer right now, so it's going to be 2 days from now. It's going to be really hype. We're going to do a full 24-hour stream. You know, be there or be square, guys. I'll catch you guys later. Have a great one, and I hope this was useful to you.